Hello, everybody. Good evening. Making sure I've got all my settings correct. There we go. How's everybody doing? Let me get my chat up here so I can see who's here. We got Shatika in the house, Edith Margaret Harris, and Donna Placedia. Welcome, ladies. How are y'all doing today or this evening? Get my chat. There it is. Well, it doesn't want to stay. I'm doing great. My allergies are a little bit better since I took another type of allergy congestant today because my chest was really bad. I mean, they're dragging, this other lot so much and keeping all the dust stirred up. And it's dirt they've hauled in from somewhere else. And I don't know what's in it, but I'm highly allergic to whatever is in it. And for the last 2 days, I've been sick with allergies. I mean, my chest has been really bad. I feel better now because I did take some medication for it earlier this afternoon, so I'm feeling somewhat better. But I tell you, I don't know if I can handle any more of this stuff. I mean, there's several more lots over here behind me. There's at least, let's see, maybe at least two more lots over here behind me that are vacant lots. I mean, they haven't been built on yet. And I'm afraid they're going to be next when this house is finished. And I don't know if I can survive it, I'll tell you. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Donna. Yeah, I'd be fine. It's just my allergies. Because when they keep all that dust stirred up, it's in the air and I'm breathing it, especially if I'm outside. And some of it still gets in the house. Yeah, I'm trying, Tamara. I forgot to get that. Oh, I forget my head if it wasn't on my shoulders. See if I can get to it without putting everything in the floor. There it goes. I'm going to get those names up over there. My eyes they're not as bad as they were yesterday, but they've got that stuff in my eyes and it just seems to stay there all day. And when I look at stuff, the letters look kind of blurry because I've got that matter in my eyes, and I've washed them out with my eye drops already, and it doesn't seem to do any good because it just keeps coming back in there. And there's Spencer Love. Hello, Spencer. How are you doing? If y'all remember, last time we did this, I made this plaque for Halloween. And I said it's going to be a giveaway between now and Halloween, or between now and sometime in October. But I'll be asking questions on videos. I'm not sure exactly when I'll be giving it away yet, but yeah, and I don't know how well you could see it. I made 2 more, but I couldn't find this particular board. But I think these are better. I actually found a board that was shaped at the top like a headstone. See how rounded it is up here? It's actually shaped like a headstone. So I said, I think that looks better. I don't know if Jana or Sandra will think so, because they wanted to buy these 2. And the other one's definitely a giveaway. But see, I made 2 more with the boards that I could find, and they're both shaped like tombstones or headstones with the exact same picture and everything on them. So I figured, well, maybe they'll like these better. I don't know. Spencer says, cool. Spencer said he loves it. Jimmy's here. Hi, Jimmy. Janine Spurgeon's here. And I bet Jana nor Sandra will be here tonight, since I wanted to show it to them. But I told them to wait, not to send any money until I could see if I found the materials, because you can't always find the shape of the board you want or the size board. But I think these work perfect. I just don't have any idea what it's going to cost in shipping, in postage, because of the size. They go by the size, the weight, and everything. So I know it'll be over $10, I'm sure. I just don't know how much over. And there's Jeannie Leggett. Hello. Yeah, Jana wanted one, and Sandra McCormick, they both said they wanted to buy one. So I bought the materials to make 2 more for them if they wanted to go ahead and purchase them. And I told them basically if they would pay for the shipping plus the materials that I had to invest in it, because I didn't have the boards or anything to put these on. I had to go buy them. And I told them I was not sure what the postage will be. I know I've sent stuff like this before, and it was at least $10, $12 or more. So I'm not going to know until I actually get these packaged up and get them to the post office. And then I'll see what the postage is on them. But I changed the thumbnail in the last live that I made, the first one, and I put all 3 of them in the picture of the thumbnail. I don't know if y'all noticed it or not. Jimmy likes the new boards. It dresses the picture up, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Joanne. I don't mind mailing these things out as long as people, want to pay the postage. I was going to pay the postage myself on the first one I made when I give it away in the contest. But I can't afford to make these at my expense and then pay for the postage as well, because postage is just too much nowadays. Hey, Gladys. Did you see the other 2 that I made? I made 2 more like this. One for Jana and one for Sandra McCormick. They both said they wanted to buy one. And I told them to wait until I got them made, because I had to go buy the boards and everything. I didn't have any. And I wasn't sure I'd be able to find the size I wanted. And I couldn't find one that was straight across. But I think this is better because it's kind of shaped like a headstone at the top. And I said, I think that's fitting for the picture. I know I sent some prizes to Canada. Oh my God, it was so expensive, y'all. It was almost $29. I don't know if you remember the giveaway. It was a little angel pin, and that thing wasn't that big a square, and it was light as I don't know what. It was a little bitty box, and they told me I had to put it in an envelope, so I put it in one of the bubble wraps. And it was almost $29 to send that little bitty angel pin that was light as a feather to Canada. And it cost me almost that much for the garden trowel. And there was some seeds and something else, gloves, I think, garden gloves, that one of the other ladies won. And it was way too expensive. I said, I can't afford to send anything out of the United States anymore. You got to be right here in the United States for me to be eligible to win any prizes for me to mail out to you. Spencer Lowe said 29, that is a lot. I know, $29 for a little bitty pin, not more than 2 inches by like 3 inches, and it was as light as a feather. Little bitty thing. It was a beautiful pin. But I said, wow. I said, next time I can't be sending stuff out of the United States. Well, it's because it was sent to Canada. It's got to go through customs. And then it stayed in customs God knows how long. I mean, it took 3 or 4 weeks for them to ever get the prizes I mailed out to Canada. So after that, I've just been telling, you got to be right here in the continental U.S. to win prizes, because I can't afford to mail them out of the country. And I think Canada being right here, it wouldn't be that much. And I wasn't thinking about customs, So. Yeah, shipping from eBay. Yeah, I don't buy too much from eBay. I tried selling on eBay one time. I sold a black and white television, believe it or not. And I got as much for it as I paid for it when it was brand new. It was a little black and white, and I had the cable hook up to it so you could hook it to cable TV. I mean, you could only receive like 3-4 channels on it. It wasn't many channels. And it was black and white, but you had a clear picture. It worked great. A friend of mine said, well, they probably wanted the television just to get that cable connection that you had there, because most people can't get those. And I didn't even think about that. Cook. What are you talking about, cook, Spencer? Well, I've got, I found some Halloween pumpkins. But they're kind of in the same style as my, if you can zoom in on that. I don't know if you can or not. But it's a ghost with pumpkins, and it looks kind of like a spooky night type of thing. And there's Anthony. I'm doing great, Anthony. How are you? That's what I like about Amazon. You can pay like, what is it, that fee every month for Prime, and there's no charge. Shipping is free for every item that you order when you pay that. But I thought that would make a good small one right there. And then I've got the witch's pot with pumpkins. Hi, Joshua. And Spencer said, sorry, I did it wrong. And then I got some pumpkins here with a picket fence behind them that I'm going to put on one. And then I've got a Raggedy Ann type pumpkin doll with pumpkins. And I thought it kind of fits the theme a little bit. It's nice pumpkins, but it's not so cutesy that I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you don't. I don't know. But first of all, I got this little round one that I'm going to do. And I'm going to put this small picture of the ghost with the pumpkins on it. And what I've already done, I laid my plaque out on this, and I traced around it so I know where to cut it out to get the round shape and still have a really nice picture. So I thought I'd do that one first. Yeah, I didn't want just like the ordinary pictures, you know. I get this cut correctly so it doesn't look too bad when I put it on there. Oh, y'all, I had the best time doing my video this afternoon for tomorrow. And again, I had the best time eating what I made. Oh, it was so good. And I'm not telling you what it was. You're going to have to wait till tomorrow. And I have to apologize for that one video. I uploaded it and published it, and it ended up being a copy of the one that I had already done the day before. And that was not intentional. I don't know how that happened. Let's see. I may need to trim it up just a tiny bit more. Yeah, Anthony. Ghost tonight. I think that's going to look good. And I painted these little plaques earlier so they'd have time to dry so it wouldn't take so long. And I don't like bringing them in the house when I smell that paint because I sprayed them with spray paint. And you know, it's got a really strong paint smell to it. I was hoping Jana and Sandra would be here. Hopefully they'll show up. Sandra said she'd send me an email, but I never got an email from her. This little one will probably be a giveaway too because it's small. I think I can afford the postage on it. I'm so glad it's got a little thing at the top to hold on to. Yeah, this kind of stuff should be done outside, but the paint that I use is not too bad to use it in the house. I think it looks pretty good. It's kind of small, so I'll get closer. And of course, I'll put a hanger on it. Well, that's that one. To get these out of the way, I don't want to. Ah, no. I flipped it over, y'all. Oh, now I got one that's going to look, it's in the shape of a pumpkin. And I'm going to put my next picture on. And I was kind of debating, I don't know if I want to put the witch's pot or these pumpkins with the picket fence, and then this one on the bigger one, because I've got a bigger pumpkin and I've got the smaller pumpkin. I might do that. I might put this one on the small one and this one on the bigger one. We'll cut it out and see how it looks. It'll have to be cut down a little bit more. Like that. Get my pen, my marker. Y'all, we got some good rain yesterday. I couldn't believe it. You know, everything was burning up in the yard, and all of a sudden we just got a pile of rain. It rained overnight, Tuesday night into Wednesday. It was such a good sight. Yeah, these aren't ghosts, Anthony. These are pumpkins. That'll look good now if I can get it on there just like that. Cut top of this just a little bit more. I think that's going to look real good, y'all. I think this is the side I was supposed to put it on right here. Hold your breath, y'all. That'll go on there straight. Because you only have one chance at this. There's no retakes. No retakes. And there's Uncle BB. And I keep asking in comments, where did I misspell camera, Uncle BB? Nobody would ever tell me. I don't remember even typing out camera anywhere. Only in Hollywood. Oh, a snarky later that misspelled it? I just started, I thought y'all were saying that I misspelled it. And I didn't even remember typing out camera anywhere. It almost caught me in a bad mood. I had some trying times before I saw that comment. It's like, what? I'm sure you could tell by the way I responded that I was not in a good mood. And I can't elaborate on it, so. You and the other lady took care of her. Well, everybody was asking for pumpkins, so I decided I'd do more with pumpkins. Oh, y'all, this is looking so good. I figured breathing this stuff I was going to be coughing. How does that look? Whew. should probably have my mask on so I don't breathe this polyacrylic. Always got to get my fingers in it, y'all. It would not be anything that I did if I didn't get my fingers in it. But I think that one's turning out real good too. And I didn't bring the dryer in here to blow it. But it needs another coat on it, but I got to let it dry. Got Valerie in the house. Hello. Oh, you helped Uncle BB get rid of that lady, huh? I had one on there. I think it was the last time I was out in the garden and I was climbing the ladder to fix the shade cloth, and a lady left a comment that I was too fat to be wearing those shorts. And I was too fat to be wearing a tank top. Well, the top I had on was basically like this. It was not a tank top, really. It was just a sleeveless pullover blouse. And I thought to myself, I commented back. I said, well, maybe I need to come check your closet or your wardrobe or something like that. And I told her, I said, if you live in Texas, you'd be wearing shorts too. And I'll let it go at that. Sometimes you get these little places at the edge that kind of pucker up. But if you let that polyacrylic soak into the paper a little bit and just push it down with your finger, it'll attach it right back. And it won't leave a ripple. I think that'll do it for that one, except for the back and around the edges. I'm pretty much doing them now, the edges now. I remember the first one I ever did like this. It wasn't looking perfect to begin with. And I kept putting acrylic on it, and I kept brushing it, and I kept brushing it. And it had a lot of black in the background. And by the time I left it alone, the black paint in the paper came out, and it just smeared all over the paper. It ruined the picture. And I've learned from experience, don't do that anymore. I think it's turned out real good. If you can see it without the shine on it. I'll wait and let the front of it dry real good, and then I'll do the back. I don't want to turn it over right now, so don't want to do it now. It's got to dry. Can't rush stuff sometimes, you know. Just need to round the corners off a little bit. I love doing stuff like this, but I don't do a whole lot of it anymore because then I don't know what to do with it all. I do stuff like this all the time and give it away as prizes if I could afford the postage. Like I said, the postage is so much. Yeah, I think that's going to look good. Now let's see which side I want to put it on, this side or the other side. Side. Get this baby on there straight. As straight as you can anyway. Sometimes you have to hold them down a little bit till that acrylic soaks into the paper to hold it glued down. Y'all, these are turning out so good. Some of these can be a little tricky. There's Joshua in the house. Yeah, I can't imagine what Gladys would have told that rude lady. She'd have told her more than to kiss her butt, I'm sure. Here's the other one. How do you think that one turned out? Got MT in the house. Donna says it's adorable. I know, and to me, it's really cute. It's Halloweeny. It's got pumpkins, but they're just not the standard round, bright orange pumpkins, you know. Well, thank you, Uncle BB. So dang cute. Well, they got to dry, and I didn't bring my dryer in here before I put any more on them, so. Yeah, if you ever try this, don't put so much sealer on them and keep brushing them too much, because if you do, you'll end up smearing all the ink out of the paper. It'll get all over your picture and it'll ruin the picture. I did that the first time or two that I ever tried doing this. But they say practice makes perfect. I guess that's why they're looking better. And I'll put this on something. I've got, I think, other frames in there. I'm anxious to try this on one. Let me go see if I can find it. Yeah, I don't want to use too many of these because I do want to do some of these for Christmas. This is the one I was thinking of. This size. It's not too big. It's not too little. I don't have it sprayed black yet, though. I guess I could paint it black with my other black paint. That's what I did most of them with anyway, that I did always before. That might look good. I don't know. I don't know. Where's my other paintbrush? I had another paintbrush. What did I do with it? Oh well, I can use this one maybe. And there's Martha Medina. Hello, Martha. Or Marthy. I know I always pronounce that wrong. Wonder how this will work. Get just a little bit of water on my brush. Because it doesn't have to be too dark. I'm showing you all my tricks, y'all. My crafting tricks. Should I give those away like this? I've got the back of it painted. But I need some of the, let's see. You know what? I need my easel thing in here. Oh, my paint thing. almost tripped myself, y'all. I found my old standby. What I usually mix my paint in this case. I really don't have to do that because I don't have much more of it to do. Put a little bit. A little bit. Mix it with a little bit of water. Because this one I'm just going to do the edges of it. I don't want to do the whole, this side of it. I'm going to just do the edges, I think. I mean, I could do the whole thing, but... oh, why not? It's going to be a dark color anyway. I just do the whole thing. Did you notice school is back in? I figured it must be because I've heard the buses running. Seemed like I heard the buses Monday. I don't pay attention much to that stuff anymore because I'm not working at the school. And I don't have kids in school anymore, so I don't really pay attention to it. But I knew it was about time for it. I'm not sure the kids were ready. Yeah, I'm not sure the kids were ready for it, but... this black really gets to be a handful. Since I'm not working anymore, I have all I can do to keep up with the days of the week. Much less when school's in or not. You miss riding on the school bus, but not anymore, Joshua? The thing about this, I got to get the edges of it. I'm gonna end up with black fingers. I remember when school buses have stop paddle with a flashing light. Does that do something? A stop paddle? You mean that sign that they stick out that says stop? Is that what you're talking about? I think they still do have that. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. That sign that they open up, it opens and tells everybody that the bus is stopped or gonna stop, that they need to stop too, basically. Well, I'm doing one more than I thought I was going to do tonight. I didn't realize I was going to do this one. Good thing about this actually is it's washable. I mean, if you get it off your hands right away, you can get it off with soap and water, basically. You don't have to go around with black hands. And I've got soapy water in that thing that I just put the paintbrush in. Whew. Yeah, I think I'll leave this one. Square. I'm not going to cut the edges off of it. I like the one with the pumpkins to be nice as a giveaway. They all have pumpkins. All of these I'm doing tonight have pumpkins on them. Some have a little bit more pumpkins than others. Some have bigger pumpkins. But every one I'm done tonight has pumpkins. And this is something you got to watch out for too. And I don't have my blower in here, my dryer. This paint that I painted this one with, if I go over this much, like even now, since the acrylic is on the black and it's still wet, if I go over it now with the clear acrylic, it's going to put black streaks over the picture. So I got to let it dry before I can put any more on it. But it's going to turn out really good. I mean, you can basically see what it's going to look like. It'll look a little bit better once I get the sealer on the top. But that's the witch's pot. That's what I always call the pot that my grandparents cooked their cracklings in. Whenever they butchered hogs, they cut up all the fat when they took the outer skin and hide off of the pig or the hog. Chopped all the fat up in about 1-inch squares or smaller. Threw it all in that pot and built a fire under it and just cooked it and cooked it till all the grease was cooked out of it, and you ended up with cracklings. Oh, and they were the best things, especially when you got them hot. They'd take them out, put them over on something to drain them, drain the grease off of them, put salt on them, and we'd start eating. And they'd have the rinds too, the, what do they call them? Pork rinds. But I'd a whole lot rather have the cracklings any day. The cracklings were so much better. Yeah, this has got to dry before I can put any more on it. So there they be. It's Linda to share. Yeah, I love pork rind too, especially when they're first cooked. And there's the little one, the ghost with the pumpkins. And this has got to dry before I put any more on it. Because if I paint it now with more of the sealer, it's going to ruin it. That black paint will definitely go over on everything. See if I can get this black paint off my fingers. Yeah, the other ones dry faster than this one because I had already painted the black on them. And it's a good idea to paint the black on it before you get busy and do anything else with it. And let it dry. Because if you don't, like I said, you run the risk of that paint smearing all over the picture when you paint it on top of the acrylic. Oh, got a bubble right in the middle. I mean, it's not going to ruin the picture, but I hate it when there's a bubble in it. I missed school when I was younger. Oh, really, Joshua? Oh, there's Jana. I made 2 more of the plaques with the bride and groom skeletons, but the only plaques I could find were they're kind of rounded at the top. And I said, well, that might work even better. It looks like a headstone. It looks like the picture, the bride and groom is on a headstone. So I don't know what y'all think of it. But I made 2 more like that. I couldn't find any more like the first one. But I'm still going to give the first one away, but I did these other 2 for Jana and Sandra if they still want them. They're a little bit thicker than the first one. I kind of like them better though. Yeah, it does look like a headstone, don't it, Jana? I thought, well, how neat. It'll look like a headstone if I paint it black and put the picture on the front. It'll look like it belongs in a grave, on a grave site, you know. That'll make it even more spooky. Send me a email with your mailing address, Sandra. I've already got Jana's mailing address. I'll go ahead and mail them out, and I guess you'll be able to see what the postage is on the package, and just reimburse me for the postage and a little bit for the plaque and stuff that, you know, because I did have to go buy these. I didn't have these pieces of wood. Because I have no idea how much it's going to cost to ship them out. You know, what the postage will be. Postage is crazy. All right, Jana, I'll get them in the mail to you, and that way you'll see. I think that they stamp how much the postage is on the package. I know most of them they do. Anyway, I'll see what the postage is, and if they don't stamp it on there, I'll send you a message, email, and let you know how much the postage was. But I think they stamp it on there. I think that's what they did with the last few. Because that necklace, I think, that I mailed out to Uncle BB, it was only like $1.65 in the same size envelope that I sent out the prize. And the other one was like, I think like $9 and something for that. I thought to myself, oh my God. And they said it was because of the thickness. It was in the same bubble wrap envelope, but the thickness, he said, it may not go through that mail slot that they judge them by. They have a thin one and then another wider one. And I think it would have went through, but he went ahead and charged me anyway. Well, I signed the little one on the front down here at the white part of the dress, but I didn't know if y'all wanted my initials on the front of the dress or not. So I did put it in paint on the back. It doesn't look very good, but it's back there on the back. I did sign the first one on the front, so it's up to you. I mean, I can put it on the front still, but I did put it on the back. Tamara said, let's have an auction, highest bidder wins. Well, then I'd have to bid off the first one then, the one I was going to use as a prize. Because these are already spoken for, these 2. And this one was going to be the prize. You know, it's on the square at the top, but it still looks really good. What are you congratulating me for? Tamara says congratulations. Oh, congratulations, ladies. Okay. That makes sense. I got the sealer on it without streaking it up. I got the sealer on it, y'all. And sometimes, no matter what you do, you're going to have an air bubble. Yeah, we'll probably give the pumpkin ones away as prizes. I can't do no more to them till they dry good. That's just the way it is. And I definitely can't do no more to this one until it dries completely. It needs another coat of acrylic, and it needs acrylic on the back of it. But like I said, I've got to let it dry completely before I do anything else with it. Because if I don't leave it and let it dry completely, it's going to end up streaking up on me. And I don't want it streaked. I don't want to mess it up. I have always enjoyed decorating. Well, you know, I always love to put my Christmas stuff out because I just fill my yard up every year. I'm debating, I don't know if I'm going to be that enthusiastic about it this year or not. Usually I wait and I clean my shed out when I have to go out there to get my Christmas decorations out. I drag everything out of the shed so I can get my Christmas decorations out. I clean the shed out, and then I get rid of a bunch of stuff, and then I put my garden stuff back in that I need to keep. And then that's it till the next year. Because it's too hot right now to get out there and mess with it. Get your auctioneer voice going. Well, like I said, you know, unless it's something kind of small like this. Now, the postage won't be too much for this little thing. I won't mind paying the postage on that. And you know, I could have painted this again. Because it's already dried. It was the first one I did. And I put my brush in my water, my soapy water. Yeah, I at least like to put 2 coats of this top coat on it, the sealer. And I'll have to do the back. I don't really have to do the back, but I probably will. Because the back's already painted. So that's my craftiness for tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed watching me do this stuff. You love my Christmas decorating? Well, I've got all my Christmas stuff in the shed. You know, I keep everything from year to year, and sometimes I add to it. I take out stuff and I look at it. Sometimes I have to replace the Christmas lights and that type of thing. Sometimes I can't use a decoration from the previous year again. Sometimes I can. But I don't know how much different it'll be this year. I need to come up with something a little bit different. Well, I started out making these bride and groom plaques. I made this one to give away. You know, to have another contest and it be a giveaway. And then Jana and Sandra wanted one to buy, so I made these other 2. I had to go buy the wood, but I made these other 2 for them. And the top of it shaped kind of like a headstone. And I thought, how fitting. That's so neat for it to look like a headstone with the bride and groom skeletons on the front. I said, it looks like it's something that should go in a graveyard. And then somebody wanted pumpkins, so I decided to do these smaller ones. And I had a gob. I didn't get the paintbrush over it good, and it kind of made a little bubble. I'll have to come up with some kind of Christmas decorations for Christmas. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't really do Halloween anymore. I mean, kids don't come trick-or-treat anymore. They usually go on the Halloween route that the newspaper prints out. They print out a map of all the participating merchants in town that are going to participate in trick-or-treating. And they print up a map for the kids in the newspaper. So all the kids that want to go trick-or-treating dressed up in their costumes will go get a copy of the map, and they go to all the stores that are on the map so they know they're safe, you know. Yeah, evil's nothing to play around with. I mean, it got to the place where it was not safe for kids to go trick-or-treating door to door. Not unless you knew the people that, you know, who lived there. You got to, so you didn't want to go in a neighborhood where you didn't know the people. Because there's no telling what these people would give these kids. They were making fudge candy with X-lax in it. They were putting razor blades in apples. They were doing all kind of bad stuff. So all the schools and all the churches and the communities got together and decided they'd do something about it. They started having carnivals for the kids, school parties for the kids, church parties. And like I said, the merchants here in Granbury, the ones that want to participate in the trick-or-treating for the kids, they put their businesses on the map. And the kids just go to the businesses on the map so they'll be safe. I mean, you can't trust people anymore. It's sad. Yeah, these are cute pumpkins. They don't look too much like the normal actual pumpkin. They look more, I don't know. They look more like a cartoon pumpkin than an actual real pumpkin. Except for this one with the cauldron, the witch's pot. Now those look more like a real pumpkin there. And the ones with the ghost, they look more like a real pumpkin. But they still have a aura about them that I liked in the pictures. They're not the normal cutesy pumpkin. You know, nobody likes evil. How long have we been on here? 86 minutes. 35 watching. Oh. Yeah, this picture with the cauldron, the witch's cauldron, it looks kind of funky anyway. In the background, it's not real clear. The pumpkins are pretty clear. I kind of wish I'd have put this one on a bigger plaque because I really like the picture of the ghost with the pumpkins. But he's on a small one. But it's okay because it still looks good. And I'm debating whether to put orange beads on the hangers. I don't know yet. I'm still thinking about it. Need to send the ghost to Anthony. Yeah, so he won't feel left out because his cousin or his brother that bought the house, he's got his previous ghost. So I can send Anthony his very own ghost that will not bother him. He might not appreciate that. That he can actually see this ghost. He just won't see what he does, but he'll see the ghost. Is Anthony still here? Or did he leave a long time ago? Yeah, I really liked this ghost. The picture, I really liked it. But my two pumpkin pictures, they are not like scary type pictures, but they're like a vintage type picture. They're not a ghost and goblin picture, put it that way. I fell in love with the pictures. And I said, well, I had to do the two pumpkin plaques with the picket fence in the back on the two bigger plaques. They're almost like it's a set. You had pork chops, mashed potatoes, green beans for dinner tonight. Oh, that sounds good. I had a really good dinner. I can't tell you what I had. You got to watch the video in the morning. But I didn't have to cook it. But it was so good, y'all. And it wasn't a salad. No, it wasn't a green salad or anything like that. Oh, Anthony said he was leaving. Why was he leaving? Yes, Sandra, I see you. Did you see the plaque that I made for you? I thought you were in or earlier where you saw it. But I definitely see you. Okay. Why were you asking if we could see you? Did you think you were blocked or something? He didn't say. Maybe he didn't like the idea that I was doing a ghost picture. Maybe that kind of spooked him. You reckon? Yeah, but it's getting so long. I've got so much hair, I need to cut it. I need to cut quite a bit of it off. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought I said just to send me your mailing address in my email, my Gmail account. So I'll have your mailing address. I don't think I've got your mailing address. I've got Jana's. Yes, ma'am, Debbie. And it rained yesterday. It rained Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Rained pretty good, and my garden loved it. But now it's hot all over again. So that just put the humidity up, the heat up. And who knows when we'll get any more rain. Poodle cut. I don't know what a poodle cut is. I want it cut in a way that I can wear it down more, that I don't feel like I got to pull it up and get it out of my face all the time. But I'm afraid if I cut it, then I'll be sorry I cut it. I'm thinking maybe cut it in layers like I used to wear it before I let it all grow out. I mean, it looked good. My hair is curly or wavy, and it curled just enough that it looked like I had it. I did, I said it all the time, and I never did. And I can just shampoo it, dry it, towel dry it, and brush it out and let it go, and it looks great. So I'm thinking about doing that again. Page boy doesn't look good on me because my hair is curly. A page boy would look great on somebody with straight hair. Now, my aunt, when I was little, had a page cut with bangs, and her hair was straight. And it always looked so good on her. And I had never worn bangs before. I was about 6 or 7. I aggravated my mom so bad to cut my hair like Aunt Jean's. I wanted bangs like Aunt Jean's. And my mom kept telling me, Linda, she said, your hair is not going to do like your Aunt Jean's. Your Aunt Jean's hair is straight. Yours is curly. Your bangs are not going to lay down flat like hers do. Well, my hair was way down past my shoulders. It was all one length, and my mom always put braids on each side. And I aggravated her so bad. She just grabbed the scissors, grabbed my braid on each side, and just whacked the braid off at my head on both sides. Proceeded to cut it, and when she cut my bangs, of course, they flipped up. They were not going to lay flat. And I didn't believe her, I just figured if it was cut like my Aunt Jean's, it would look like my Aunt Jean's. But I found after it was cut, no, your hair's not going to do that. And my dad came home, oh my God. My dad had a fit. I had never had my hair cut. And he wanted to know, why in the H did you cut that girl's hair? And my mom tried to tell him, she said she aggravated me and aggravated me. She wouldn't leave me alone until I cut it. He said, don't you ever cut her hair again. Yeah, well, you're a kid. You don't know curly from straight. You don't know that your hair, since it's curly, is going to do the same thing as somebody with straight hair is going to do. But I found out in a heartbeat, no, it's not going to look like my Aunt Jean's. I mean, I would have had to straighten it every day to keep it that way. And there was no way back then I was going to straighten my hair as a little girl. My mom used to say when she was in high school, that all the girls that wanted to straighten their hair, they would literally iron their hair. She said the ones with the long hair, they would literally brush it out, lay it over the ironing board, and take the iron and iron their hair. Straighten it out with the iron. The same iron you iron your clothes with. I said, oh my God, Mom, weren't you afraid that you'd burn your hair off? She said, well, you get used to it and you know what setting to put it on. And it's just like using one of those curling irons. If you get a curling iron too hot and you leave it on your hair too long, it's going to burn it off. Well, the iron was the same way, and they got used to doing it, so they just ironed their hair straight. Debbie said, yep, I ironed mine. Joshua said, your dad got a haircut today. Oh, wow. Debbie said, now use a flat iron. I've never straightened my hair. I've always done just the opposite. I've always put big rollers in it to make big waves or bigger curls to style it the way. I'm a wash and wear type person. I want my hair cut in a style that it looks good, but I don't have to fuss with it. I can just shampoo it, towel dry it, let it air dry, and it looks good. And that's the way mine was before. Now, on some special occasions, I would set it in rollers and stuff like that, but most of the time it was wash and wear, and it looked great. Most people thought I wore a wig all the time because my hair always looked great. I never had a hair out of place, basically, but it was all natural, and it was just the way it was cut. I don't know. People are different, Joshua. Just depends on how the person is. Niagara spray starch instead of hairspray. I really couldn't use much hairspray on my hair because I was allergic to it all. So I hardly ever put hairspray on my hair. Your hair goes haywire. Well, mine goes haywire too, and I just let it go the way it wants to go, and people say it looks good, so I don't know. I'm sure no matter how I cut it, if I do decide to go ahead with it, it's going to be in layers in a way that I can still, the back of it and everything will be long enough that I can pull it up. Like if I'm out working in the garden, I'll be able to pull it up off my neck. Because it drives me crazy to just let my hair hang down and have to work in the garden and get all sweaty and hot and my hair sticking to me. Joshua says, I remember it for school, eating breakfast, brushing my teeth, going to school, eating breakfast. There you can't eat breakfast twice, can you, Linda? I don't usually eat breakfast twice. I mean, I'm full after I eat breakfast the first time. I wouldn't be able to eat a second breakfast. What about a flip? I don't know what are you talking about, a flip, Uncle BB? Tamara's telling Gladys to wake up. Am I missing eating school lunch too? Has Gladys already closed her left eye? If she closed her left eye, the right one's going to be behind it. I never really used that dippity-doo. I use the big rollers, but I never use the dippity-doo stuff on my hair. I keep saying I'm going to quit coloring my hair too, and that kind of scares me. There's Gladys. She says, I'm here. 1963, flip hairdo like Patty Duke with a headband. I never really wore a headband. Tamra, you were a waitress in high school and Mom got upset because I was using her spray starch on my $1 bills to make them crisp. Yeah, but I'm allergic to those chemicals, Debbie. I usually only wore hairspray if I fixed my hair in a way that it really needed the hairspray to hold it for a special occasion. Not not something I would do every week or every day because I was allergic to the hairspray. So I didn't wear very much of it either, even when I did wear it. I'm just checking my stuff here. Oh. I think this one turned out the best of the ones with no bubbles in it. And I don't know how that happened. Now, I better not speak too soon because it's still got to get another coat of sealer on it. Are you familiar with food warmers in schools, Linda, in the cafeteria? No, not really. Hi, Patricia. You missed me making all of these little plaques. I did this one with the pumpkins. I did this one with the pumpkins. I did this one with the pumpkins and a ghost. And this was the last one I just done. It's the witch's pot with pumpkins. You probably can't see it very well. It's not completely dry yet. Yeah, I use the sponge rollers too. I use the hot rollers. In fact, I've still got a set of hot rollers. The ones I used the last time that I ever used hot rollers in my hair. I've still kept the rollers. They still heat up. They still work. I just haven't used them in years. I said, well, maybe one day I want to set my hair, and I've got them. But I haven't. I've still got a portable hair dryer up in the closet of my, up on the shelf of my closet that I haven't taken out and used in years. Because, when you set your hair in rollers, you needed a hair dryer to dry your hair. And this one was like a beauty salon hairstyle dryer. You sit under it, and it completely covered your head and blew that hot air all throughout your rollers. Well, it's on my top shelf in there. It still works. I don't even know how many years it's been since I've had it out and used it. Oh, I don't know. I get aggravated. I don't have the patience to use a flat iron, I guess. Keep on low setting. Oh, man. Well, I got my pumpkin plaques finished, except for a little touch up and another coat of that sealer, and I'm pretty well done with them. So I may not be doing any more crafts until Christmas. I mean, these two here, this one and this one, used for Halloween or Thanksgiving, either one, for fall. The way the pumpkins are, they're not turned into jack-o'-lanterns or nothing. So you could use those for Halloween or fall for Thanksgiving. It's kind of neat. Most classrooms have hand dryers, and yeah, I've seen people use them for hair dryers too. I've been in some of the travel bathrooms, the rest areas on the interstate, and people had been in there and I guess shampooed their hair in the sink, and they would blow it dry under the hand dryer. But some of those hand dryers are so low I couldn't bend down and stay that low long enough to get mine dry. Yeah, I don't use my hair dryer anymore, hardly ever. I mean, I use it to spray my paint dry and stuff. But, I still got that little hair dryer, but I mean, I really don't use it on my hair. Unless I got out of the shower late at night and I'm ready to go to bed, my hair's wet, and I got to get it dry, at least dry enough to go to bed, then I might use it. But my hair and skin is dry anyway, and the hair dryer just dries my scalp out even worse. I don't know about y'all. Munchkin Beauty Shop. That Tamara sure is pink hair. It's all there. Not me. Yeah, that's me, Tanny. That's what I use mine for most of the time now. Oh, and the hair dryer she would use had a shower cap hooked to the hose. Well, I've never had one with a shower cap on it, but I remember the shower caps that women used to wear in the shower because they didn't want their hair to get wet. And that was usually when people went to the beauty shop once a week to get their hair done. They'd always put a shower cap on their hair when they took a shower so their hair didn't get wet. They didn't want to lose their style that they paid for. I can't do that. I can't wait a week to shampoo my hair. I get outside and I get busy and I start sweating. My hair's wet. Oh my God, I'd smell like some coon if I went a week without shampooing my hair. Give myself a Tony. I tried doing that one time, Uncle BD, and my hair is already curly somewhat anyway. I put that perm in my hair. You talking about an afro? I had an afro. It was a pure afro. It was just rounded. You couldn't brush it. You couldn't do anything with it. And I said, well, I can't cut it all off. I'm stuck with it now till it grows out. And I'd go to the skating ring with my kids back when I did that to my hair. First and only time I've ever put a perm in my hair. And it was a home permanent. And I didn't leave it in there very long because I didn't want it real curly. But the short time I left it in there, man, it curled, it frizzed. I had a pure afro. And that's back when I weighed like 98 pounds. My daughter was bigger than me. She's always been taller than me. I'd take my kids to the skating ring. I'm out there skating around the skating ring in my blue jeans and my little t-shirt and my big old afro. And I came around the curve one time and back up toward where my daughter was. Because they put skates on. They get out there and they might make 1 or 2 laps around the skating ring, And then they were on the games. Because they had pinball machines, all kind of games. And I'm out there left skating with everybody else, and they're over there playing the games. Well, I come around the corner, or around the end of the skating ring and started back this way, and my daughter was right at the edge of the rink, and she was laughing. So I kind of skated up to her. I said, what are you laughing so hard at? She said, Mom, I'm laughing at you. I said, why are you laughing at me? Because she said, with your afro, she said, and you're so tiny, she said, you look like one great big head going around the skating ring. But it was, I don't remember how long it was when I put the perm in it. But it was like out to there. You saw these great big afros back in the day when the afros were real popular. Well, that's the way my head looked. I had this giant afro. I said, I'll never do that again. I don't know. I really don't. The only thing I can think of, I mean, you know, my counter is in real good shape. I don't know if he was afraid if he took the faucet and everything apart underneath, that particle board that the countertop is made out of would break apart and he wouldn't be able to get it back together like it should be, or what it was. But yeah, he put the sink in, and because I thought he was going to put the faucet in first, and I said, well, you want me to go turn the water off? He said, no, I'm gonna put the sink in. And he took it out. He put the sink in, and then he never mentioned putting the faucet back. So I ended up with no faucet. Still cost me $350 just to put the sink in. And I paid for the sink years ago because that was the one I ordered from a mobile home manufacturer many years ago that I was going to put in. And I just never got around to putting it in. It wasn't working. Yeah, I've got brush rollers. I still got a few of them. I know when you had those brush rollers, it was painful to try to sleep on those things. The sponge rollers weren't too bad, but your hair, you'd still get your hair pulled. And depending on how much hair was on the roller, you know, it would kind of cock your head over. I remember all that. And I used to remember, I remember pin curling my hair many a night. You know how you pin curl it and then put the bobby pin through it? That was a lot better than the rollers, but still it wasn't fun to lay on those bobby pins after you had your hair pin curled either. Yeah, brush rollers hurt. What we women went through to look good. And it seemed like the most I do to my hair now is color it. And I'm tired of doing that. I'm liable to just let it go its natural color and scare everybody to death. Yeah, bobby pins can hurt too. My problem is my hair was so thick and I had so much hair that the pin curls were so big, it was hard to keep the bobby pins in. You know, I'd lay down and move, the bobby pins would just slide right off my hair. I'd get up the next day and I'd have a couple of pin curls hanging down and the bobby pins laying on the pillow. I don't know. They never had red buttons on the doors when I was working in the schools, Joshua. Maybe that's a security thing. Maybe the red buttons are like a security alarm or something that the teachers can hit if something's going on bad in their classroom. I don't know. I don't have any idea. Debbie says, Linda, you're funny and can relate. Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you what, we women went through with all those hair rollers and, oh my God, it was unreal. And now all I can think of is getting the easiest hairstyle I can find. I want wash and wear. I don't want anything I got to fuss with. If it's cut right, you can wash it and just towel dry it and comb it out and let it dry and it'll look good. But you got to have the right cut to do that for your hair. And everybody's hair is different. But I'm so used to just pulling it up. You know, I brush it out and pull it up in the morning to get it off my neck so it's cool. I don't know if I could handle just having it hanging down anymore. Even if it looks good, I want to pull it up in the morning and forget about it. I'm spoiled. Yeah, I got to get off of here too. We've been on here long enough. I always don't say I don't intend to stay on as long as I do, and I do most of the time. Your mom got a poodle cut back in the 50s, short and curly. Well, I guess I had a poodle cut one time right after we moved out here. I was doing a Christmas party for my husband's, his workers' wives. And I pin curled my hair and I had cut it. Oh, it was about that long all over. And I pin curled it. Well, it ended up real curly and tight to my head, almost like a poodle cut. So I guess you could say that was a poodle cut. But everybody raved about my hair. They said, oh, it looks so good on you, so cute. I know, I can't believe we slept in brush rollers either. I couldn't do that again. And I used to go to the beauty salon every Friday to get my hair done. And you know, back when I was getting my hair done, they teased it up and poofed it up, and it was out to here. And when you went to bed at night, you felt like you had to stand in the corner and not mess your hair up. So finally, I told my husband, because I was still married at the time, and this was back at the beach. I said, fine, I'll end up in Texas, but I'm not getting my hair done again once I get there. I said, there's not going to be any going to the beauty salon every Friday to get my hair done and then have to feel like I got to stand in the corner so I don't mess it up all weekend. And you know, I never did. I went to the beauty salon one time after we moved out here. And that's when it was about as long as it is now. And I just wanted the ends of it trimmed up, tailored up a little bit. And it was so long, it was hard for me to do it. But then I didn't even like the way the beautician cut it, so I never went back. So I kept my word. I never went into the shop and got my hair done like I did in North Carolina. I went in the beach when we lived at Oak Island. Before we came to Texas, I went to the beauty salon in Wilmington. I had a standing appointment with this one beautician. She's the same one that did my hair every time. I went every single Friday. Friday afternoon, I was in the beauty shop getting my hair done. Shampoo, set it, sitting under the hair dryer. And all you want to do once you're under the hair dryer getting your hair dry is go to sleep. That's all I wanted to do anyway. It relaxed me, and I just wanted to lay my head over and go to sleep, and you couldn't. I remember one time, at the last minute, we decided to go somewhere. So at the last minute, I ran to a beauty salon right on the beach where we lived, on Oak Island. Never had been there before. And I told the lady, I said, look, we're going out tonight and I need my hair done. I just need it fixed so it looks good. Well, she started to do my hair. She said, well, you need this and this and this. I said, well, I just really want my hair done. I said, well, you need this or your hair's not going to look right. Me, like a fool, I agreed, let her do what she wanted to do. Oh my God, I was so mad when she got done with my hair. My hair literally looked greasy. She said, well, your hair is dried, you need moisturizer. I said, yeah, but I told you I want my hair done so I can go out tonight. I don't want it looking like this. It looks like it's been greased down with Vaseline or something. I can't go out with my hair looking like this. So I went home. As soon as I got home, I shampooed my hair all over again, blew it dry, set it, did my thing, and it looked great. and I went on out. Needless to say, I did never go back to that beauty salon again. You been there too, Linda? Oh, Debbie? Today's styling products are wonderful. Like I said, I never used much of any of that stuff because I'm allergic to all of it. And when you have allergies to perfumes and a lot of those conditioners and shampoos that they have on the market, you can't use them. So I've had to pretty much stay away from them. I'm surprised I'm able to use a hair dye, but so far it has not bothered my head. But anyway, I just want to let everybody know I appreciate, and it's me, Ann's here. Hi, Ann. How are you doing? I think I might still have some of the smaller sponge rollers, but you know, I guess I should really get rid of all that. I doubt I ever use them again. But I guarantee you, if I get rid of them, I'll be in there wanting them because I'll be looking for them and I want to use them. That's the only reason they're still there. Every time I get rid of something, it's not 2 weeks after I get rid of it. I'm looking for it because I want to use it. Yeah, Debbie, I'm right there with you. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming into my live tonight. I appreciate it. I've had fun. I hope you've had fun watching me do the pumpkin plaques. And we'll be giving them away pretty soon. But I will get these packaged up to Jana and Sandra so they can see them and see what the postage is going to be on, because I have no idea. And y'all sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Have a blessed night. Have a blessed day tomorrow. And I will see you on the next one. If I can find the button up here to turn it off.